That's flight 135, multiple departures off runway 33 left, the way to the Boeing 757 is just lifting off out of 400 feet.
Yeah, we get your traffic from the flight 135, we can keep visual.
That's flight 135, thanks, break Endeavor 2842 on Echo, cross right 4 right, hold short right 4 left, please.
On Echo cross 4 right, hold short of 4 left, that's Endeavor 2842.
Call for Metro 4081.
Metro 4081, I did not.
Okay, sorry.
Metro 4081, traffic on a mile final. I'll have you roll in as soon as possible.
No worries. Take your time. Thank you. Metro 4081.
Center Cirrus 585 Bravo Kilo, ready for departure, runway 33. 585 Bravo Kilo, flight runway heading, runway 33, clear for takeoff. Runway heading, runway 33, clear for takeoff, Cirrus 585 Bravo Kilo.
135, we're going to pass line 175, we're going to delete the
That's flight 135, and just advise when you have your destination in sight. Land is Boston 31010. What's on the cargo? Whiskey, are you voice stable?
We hear loud and clear, what's too busy?
Sound cargo, whiskey, push on the keel and approve facing east.
Push on kilo, facing east.
Metro 481, runway 33 left line point.
33 left, line up and wait. Metro 4081.
Endeavor 2022, taxi straight out, Echo to 14, cross runway 4 left.
Sit at Echo to 14, cross 4 left, number 2842, have a good night. Left off the back for 1021. Also center, American 716, back in the seat.
American, 716, right?
Chris, how goes it, man? Getting off the ground down there?
Setting at 781, information November, clear for the work. Air Force 2, stay out. Passing 5,400. Air Force 2, radar contact, climb maintain, flight level 380, and top altitude on departure is 5,000. I have 5,000 above service at Air Force 2, it's flight level 380. United 781, Boston Center, stand by for a 3 departure climb.
United 1034 is climbing through 19,500 for 230, level 232.
United 1034, Boston Center, climb maintain, flight level 360.
Climb maintain 360, United 1034.
Metro 4081, runway 33 left, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff. 33 left. Metro 4081.
UPS 1021 heavy, taxi to parking via Quebec, Bravo, Lima, cross runway 4 left on Quebec.
Cross 4 left up Quebec, taxi Quebec, Bravo, Lima, 1021, Quebec.
585 Bravo Kilo, stay out.
2,700, 585 Bravo Kilo.
Delta 21, cross runway 4 right, hold for runway 27 on Charlie.
Cross 4 right, hold, short, right on Charlie, copy.
And number 585 Bravo Kilo, zero contact, climb maintain 1111,000, clear at Albany.
Correct to Albany, 1111,000, Cirrus 585 Bravo Kilo.
Envoy 28066, descend via the J-Point 2 arrival, runway 27, Boston altimeter 29999. Envoy 2006, descend via J-Point 2 arrival, runway 27, altimeter 29999.
Alright, my via J-Point 2, 27, 29998.
29999.
29999.
November 2, Echo Alpha, cross Bowery and maintain 6,000 to altimeter 3007.
Boston Center, Metro 4081, 1,000 for 5,000.
Metro 4081, direct contact, climb maintain level 380.
I maintain 380,
Yeah,
Metro
just ask
4081.
you, David.
Delta 21, cross 127 at Charlie.
Cross 27 at Charlie.
Headed to Delhi.
Yeah, I'm 25 miles south of Delhi.
United 1639, Boston Center, clear for close. United 1639, clear to the Baltimore Circuit Airport for the Bradley 5 departure. Radar vectors, Piers, and Dennis File, maintain 4,000
I
and
think Chris is still on the ground.
Maybe,
Alright,
no.
Bradley,
No, not yet.
climbing 4,000,
Who this is, the Air Force too, that's not their money on
United
it's the Air Force too.
Yeah, 6339, express runway 33, calling taxi.
Yes, he's in the group. It's Mika. You just put him on.
556, runway 33, left, clear for takeoff. 33 left, clear for takeoff, 556.
Oh, that's not Mika.
Possible center, 135, keep it squawk.
Map 135, 8 for me.
Awesome, Spirit 2, way for the...
Airline 2, rider, report back. Yeah, 252. UPS 1021, where are you going? Are you going to South Fargo?
Yeah, what's the wrong with 1021? Sorry about that.
Alright, UPS 1021, right, just making a medium right there on, okay. Are you able to, do you got the J-pad down there? Can you swing a 180 there in the J-pad?
You know, we'll make it easy on you. I'm just gonna go ahead and disconnect. Sorry about that. Thanks for the easy.
Yeah, no problem. United 252, push in the alleyway discretion and vice for alpha protect.
Push the alleyway at our discretion, and we'll give you a call short after United.
Boston Center, good evening, Westjet 514 with you, passing 17,000 Berka. Westjet 514, Boston Center, call me saying 330. 330.
Boston Center, good evening, Delta 32, have it flight up 3 times, good evening.
Delta 32, Boston Center, 44747.
44747, Delta 32, heavy. Boston Center, 556, passing 1900 for 5,000.
556 for the contact, call me maintain 50400.
Flight level 400, 556.
Spirit Wing 2, Boston.
Awesome, good evening, Delta 683 on the ground. It's Norwich, let's go around for our clearance, no boy.
Delta 683, sorry, you're where now?
Norwich.
You're at Norwich? Sorry. Stand by, let me find you. Delta 683, you're there at Worcester, alright, stand by, you're playing for a plus.
That's Worcester.
Delta 683, put a little water airport right after Chester, and then, actually, Delta 683, I'm going to put you on the hard free arrival. It's radar vector Chester to join the hard free arrival. Hotel Alpha, Romeo Papa, free arrival. And on departure, maintain, 4,000, expect 16,000, 1 German at departure. Block 4735.
Sound of Bolivia, radar vectors to Chester, and to join the Hawk 3. Maintain 4,000, squawk 4735, Delta 683.
And Delta 683, sorry, that's actually not going to work because Chester's only is not a waypoint on that arrival. So it's going to be radar vector Pauling, Lima, Papa Lima, and Papa with you, our three arrival for Delta.
You're 100% broken there, saying for that.
Delta 683 is actually going to be radar vector to Papa Whiskey Lima, Pauling, and then the R3 arrival.
Alright, radar vector to Pauling, and then to join the Hawk 3,
Delta 21, runway 33 left clear for takeoff. Runway 33 left clear for takeoff. American 412, cross, base speed, out of maintain 8,000, zero altimeter 3004.
Projected
683, readback is correct, and fear runway assignment tonight, you can expect 29, advise on ready to text.
Projected 54.
Brickyard 5054, runway 33 west, taxi via Echo, Bravo, Charlie, cross runway 4 left and hold shore right 4 right.
Watch out 50-54, 4 through left, yeah, Echo, Bravo, Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short 4 left.
Delta 32, radar contact, 25 miles southwest of Parkford, maintain, file of 350.
Maintain flight of 550.
UPS 1120 out of Circle C.
Yes, they're running out here, part of 314.1.
UPS 1120, Roger, squawk 4707.
4707.
Boston County, JetBlue 1738, inbound, 26 miles from Marion, climb through, flight level 800. JetBlue 1738, Boston Center, squawk 4652. 4652, JetBlue 1738. And UPS 1120 is radar contact over Madison. It's going to maintain 5,000. Which runway do you want?
5,000, fun for the runway 6,
1120, expect it.
Hello, everyone.
Boston Center, Delta 21, 2,000 for 5 miles. Delta 21, radar contact on the maintain, level 340.
up to 340, Delta 21.
JetBlue 1738, radar contact on the maintain, level 210.
Up to 210, JetBlue 1738.
And notice call requires system by 1 break, American 412 is moving my airspace. Different approach is closed, radar appearance terminated, signal for change group. Yeah, number 2 Echo Alpha, moving my airspace, different approach is closed, radar appearance terminated, signal for change group. UPS 1120 heavy, is going to maintain 40,000.
Alpha 39, 639, ready taxi.
American 1022, contact Boston approach on 18.2.
Boston approach on 108.2, the American 1022, good night.
Good night. Who is ready to taxi?
United 1639.
United 1639, runway 33 taxi Sierra.
333 Sierra, 39.
And 781 for push.
United 781 to push on Alpha is approved based on north.
Pushing Alpha through base north on 781.
Lufthansa cargo S2, Kilo, ready for taxi.
Lufthansa cargo Whiskey, runway 33 left taxi via Kilo, Bravo, Charlie, cross runway 4 left and hold short right 4 right.
Kilo, Bravo, Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short 4 right.
Lufthansa cargo Whiskey, give way to the Embraer on the parallel taxiway.
Give me way to traffic.
WestJet 514, can I step off the 5? WestJet 514, affirmative, advisory back. Thank you, we'll report back. Blue Chief 702, sorry for the delay. Boston Center, clear to the Barawi Airport via JFK departure, radar vectors Albany, then direct. Maintain 4,000, squawk 4736. Blue Street 702, readback correct, runway 2 is closed, expect 33 and advise ready to taxi. United 252, runway 33 left taxi via Charlie, and correction taxi via Alpha Charlie, cross runway 4 left and hold short runway 4 right.
33 left via Alpha Charlie, cross 4 left, hold short 4 right, change to.
Taxi.
Delta 683, actually stand by 1. United, breaker 5054, give way to a 737 at Charlie. Okay, you're gonna be number 2 in the runway, so at Charlie, just hold there for a moment. You're gonna give way to a 737. That's for breaker 5054. Breaker 5054, Boston.
We got 50-54,
Alright, Alright, stop, hold position, I'm trying to tell you what to do, give way to 737 at Charlie.
Going to the traffic, Aircraft 5054 South.
United 252, you're gonna be number 1 for the runway. And who called for taxi?
Alpha 683.
Delta 683, right, runway 29, taxi Bravo Alpha, crossway 29.
Alright, runway 29, Bravo Alpha, cross 29683.
Pilot plus 7, all in Lima airspace. New York Center is badly closed. Radar service terminated. Frequency change crews. Have a good rest of your flight. UPS 1125 03097 was last. 030 next local UPS 1120 heavy clear visual approach runway 6. Visual approach runway 6 about 20. Brickyard 5054, follow that traffic, cross runway 4 left and hold short runway 4 right.
We got 56 northbound traffic, cross 4 left, hold short 4 right.
United 252, cross runway 4 right, hold short runway 27 at Charlie.
Cross 4 right, hold short at 27 at Charlie. United 252.
Boston Center, beginning Delta 6112, climbing through flight level 370 to 390.
What's this 514 report back?
Boston Center, United 1639, one short, 933.
United 1659, 1639 rather, fly runway heading runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Fire runway heading, clear for takeoff.
United 252, cross runway 27 on Charlie.
Cross 27 at Charlie.
United UPS 1120 heavy, the wind at Bravo is 330 at 4, runway 6, clear to land. Clear to land, UPS 1120. American 716, we have my airspace. New York Center is closed, radar service terminated, frequency change cruise.
Where did you change the cruise over to Yukon, American 716?
Brickyard 5054, cross runway 4 right, hold short runway 27 at Charlie.
Cross right, full short, 27 at Charlie. Average, 52.
That's 781 for taxi. United 781, runway 33 left taxi Alpha, Charlie, cross runway 4 right, hold short runway 4 left.
Well, I just lost ATC coverage.
Yep, we do. I think Justice left.
Alpha 683, ready for departure.
What happened to him?
Delta 683, right, fly runway heading runway 29,
Just disappeared.
Runway heading, clear for takeoff,
Still in,
23.
Well, stop the cargo, wait, whiskey on Charlie, cross runway 4 right, hold short runway 27.
we need to send a search party.
Crossing 4 right on Charlie,
For the ELT transmitter to go off.
United 252, runway 33 left, clear for takeoff.
33 left, clear for takeoff, United 252.
It's an American 212.
Alright, everybody stand by 1.
I don't know that. And Matt, how's the experimental?
I like it. It's just that the first time I used the throttle,
Yeah.
and it was weird. As soon as I pushed a little bit, it was going like full throttle in toga.
You have to calibrate your throttles every, like when you have change your
Yeah.
version.
In the EFB, when you change the versions.
Yeah, that's why I didn't know. So I just had to press with the keyboard.
Oh, so protecting it was 100.
Mm-hmm.
Well, hello everyone. I hope you can hear me. That was a busy introduction. I want to welcome you all to my stream. This is my first ever stream.
702, runway 3, correction, runway 33, taxi via Sierra. Actually, I'm trying to think of it. Blue Street 702, runway 33, taxi via Echo Alpha, Mike, and cross runway 2, I'm Mike. Blue Streak, correction, break our 5054, cross runway 27 on Charlie and contact Boston departure on 133.0.
Crescent and 123.0, Republic 5050.
So stop the car runway with you, contact Boston departure on 133.0.
Boston departure, finally some of the help, see how it's temperatures.
Thank you, United 781, contact Boston departure on 133.0, we'll get you guys.
330.
United 252, stay out, stay out.
Thank you, next to Simon for 1.35.
252 is ready to contact, home maintain, final 340.
340, United 252.
Blue Street, correction, JetBlue 1738, descend via the Roebuck Career Route, runway 27, Boston altimeter 299.
Descend via the Roebuck Career Route, 1738.
Delta 683, level 4000.
Delta 683, radar contact, home maintain 16,000, and you're cleared direct to calling all the way to
16,000, Delta 683.
Boston Center 80, Delta 612,
and first United 1639, radar contact, home maintain level 300, and you're clear of gears. Envoy 2806, contact Boston approach on 133.0. Envoy 2806, contact Boston approach on 133.0.
Boston Center, good evening, Delta 6112, 390.
Well, everyone, once again, as you can see, it's very busy here in Boston, so I'm trying to get an introductory hello in. Welcome to my stream, first ever stream. I'm going to be trying to do these once in a while. I only just got Streamlabs OBS, so I'm not too sure how it all works out, but I'm going to work on that. So we see we got it working. The first 10 or so minutes of the stream was nothing but audio, I think. If the audio is even working. That would make for a boring stream, I think.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to be able to make the cross restrictions problem.
So yeah, welcome back to the stream. I've tried to turn the Vatsim air traffic control down. We are flying the fly-by-wire A2nx mod on the Vatsim network. I'm flying as part of the Pilot Club. If you don't know what the Pilot Club is, check them out on Discord. I'll post a link in the description of the stream to join the Pilot Club. Again, my name is Lucas. I'm no real-world pilot. I just try to be a sim pilot and do the best that I can.
I think it's 32.14211.
Fly very often on the Vatsim network and like to have a good time. So hopefully we can all learn something together. You guys can teach me, I can teach you. Pretty much only fly the A320. Today I'm flying for Metro Air. Metro Air is a VA that you can fly for any aircraft you like, a variety of different routes, but I'm not here to advertise for the VA. Anywho, thank you for joining the stream, if you're coming along or you're watching. Let's see, today we're flying from Boston, and we departed Boston with ATC. And we're going to be arriving into Charlotte, North Carolina. I tried to get the charts up here, but I'm clearly not having the OBS skills needed for this just yet, so that is to come, hopefully. In the meantime, I could put them here, actually. KBOS. Well, we've already left there, so there's not much to see in Boston. So let's go over to Charlotte, KCLT, and give that a search. Is that how this works?
November 4, Charlie Juliet, sorry, you're where now?
We're 107 Mexico.
Sorry, I did not copy that thing.
Citation 4, Charlie Juliet, with you level 10,000, direct mode.
Number 4, Charlie Juliet, sorry about that, boss. Can I call the maintain model 450?
All the way up on 450, 4,000.
Air Force 2, connect to center 125, 132. Departure center, Air Force 2. Blue Street 702, radar contract, call maintain model 250, clear, call me.
Anyway, that doesn't seem to be working either, unfortunately. Yes, so I apologize for that. Anyway, we're going to Charlotte. The flight time is about an hour and 47 minutes. We've been flying for 25, 23.
Delta 4211, leave my airspace, radar service terminated, frequency change, 3796. Roger that, will do, 4211.
There's a lot of traffic here on the Vatsim network. I'm trying to get a word in here edgewise without talking over them, so you guys can hear a little bit of what's going on, and so you can hear me a little bit better. We've reached our top cruise altitude, so we're going to, let's go over here. Flick this to below. Unfortunately, the weather radar is in-op on this experimental mod for the time being. Also, the terrain on the ND is in-op as well, so nothing happens. We have to set up our arrival. We have to get the ATIS. So we can do that together. Sounds great. I'm just trying to wait a little bit until I get out of the Boston airspace. And it looks like we're not going to get lucky because New York Center has come online and we're going to be with New York. So you're going to hear me go over to New York very shortly. I'm trying to get those that information. I use Valenta. I know there's some other ones. Over to New York Center, Metro 4081. Thanks so much. Have a great night.
Endeavor 5544, leave my airspace, radar service terminated, frequency change approved.
So, what's the frequency? I didn't hear him. That's why I didn't read it back, or I would have. New York Center 125325 just changed on me. That's great. 125325. Okay. Well, I could push that little handy button, but 125 325, and then we'll contact New York and give them a report. 325. Let's just double check that. 125 325. Excellent.
Cross crank, enemy thing 7000, please, New York Center. New York Center, JetBlue 03, radio check. JetBlue 03, Roger, JetBlue 03, copy 5 by 5, also we request IFR clearance, stand 1. Roger,
New York Center, good evening. Metro 4081, flight level 380 to Jizzy.
Metro 4081,
Alright, I said Jersey, like I'm from Jersey, but I'm not from Jersey. I don't know why I said it like that. Hopefully you're not making fun of me. I am from Canada, surprisingly enough. Most of our pilot club flights tend to be in the United States. We hold a world tour flight, which I host. That flies once a month on the first Saturday of every month, and you can check out stream on this channel in the upcoming future. And if you want to check out some of the previous ones, if you check out Roxy Plays Games on YouTube, he's got some of our other streams. I can send a link to his channel as well at the bottom in the description. So I want to apologize, I don't have an overlay. As I can see, I'm working on a lot of things, and I didn't even plan to be streaming tonight, to be completely honest with you. I got OBS, and it took a while to even figure out how to do it. This is my second attempt at it, and I got video up today, so that's a progression. I don't have an overlay. I plan on getting the overlay. I don't have any information there whatsoever, so the most I can do is tell you guys the information if you ask. Sorry, I was just reading some notes. So we're flying flight level 380 today. We're heading down to the west, to Charlotte. We do have to do the setup and arrival, as I mentioned before. Seems that New York Center here is a little bit quieter. We got some lightning off to our left down there. Seems like a bit of a storm below us. I'll switch to the outside view here. I know it's a bit louder for you guys. I can turn down my sound when I do that. Oh, sorry. Let's use this as the drone. Look at that. That is just beautiful, the reflection off that wing there. Quite beautiful. The sunset. Anyway, that is more than enough of the external view. We can turn up the sound again a little bit. Let's see, we got 5,900 kilograms of fuel on board. We departed with 8,081 kilograms, so we burned 2,000 kilograms of fuel, and we've been traveling for 30 minutes. It's an hour and 40 flight. Right on target to land with about 3,000 kilograms. Go down here to the fuel page. Again, this is the experimental. It's a little bit more modded than the developer version. It has the custom flight plan manager, which we will experiment with in just a minute. I've made quite a few flights on this aircraft, and it is just a dream, just a pleasure to fly. Fuel flow, 40 kilograms per minute. That's around expected for 380, with a bit of a headwind, 50 some odd knots. Okay, let's go back to the monitoring page. There we go. It also tells me there how much I've used, 2,190. I'm not sure how accurately the fuel flow and all that is modeled in the sim. I use Vatsim and I use Navigraph. And I have a preset profile, so that's usually pretty good as long as I give it about plus 12 to plus 14 kilograms of fuel. When I'm flying for Metro Air, such as now, I try to use as little fuel as possible because we actually get paid in the VA, and the more positive revenue you bring in, the higher your pay scale, so, or your pay cut rather. Let's see, we got the lights off, seatbelt signs off, we can turn those wing lights off, and we can turn the cabin light off, sit in the dark. Let our eyes adjust a little bit through this storm. I thought that would have been the storm there. Anyway, I'm flying on about high graphics. I have a few things click up to ultra, but it was putting a lot of stress on my GPU. So I turned it down to high, and we're good. I'm not sure if you can see it in the corner. I'm getting about 40 frames per second. in the cockpit of the fly-by-wire. When I move around, it drops to about 30, 26, 23, 28. So that's more than manageable. It's good. Sorry, I was just listening on frequency. It's a good quality frequency for me. I don't have quite the rig to continue on. Anyway, we're getting along in the route here. I don't have anyone following me at the moment, so I'm gonna take a minute to try and get Valenta here on the stream. So give me just a second, and I'll be back with you guys while I play around with OBS for a little bit. Alright guys, welcome. I'm back. Sorry for the delay. It seems that I figured out how to get a couple of the screen captures going on. So I will pull up the Oh, I guess I should say which one's which. This one, the top one. 1 second.
Number 84 Hotel. Roger. Turn right heading 090 vector 4 from Dale. 4 over traffic. Right heading 090 vector. United 1639. Cross Coke. Has to maintain flight level 180.
Oh, I see.
Cross coast,
I can't do both.
W1843. From Maldi, turn left heading 340.
Okay, well let's pull up Valenta.
Unlocalized nuclear ILS, runway 31 right approach.
Turn left heading 340.
Anyway, my apologies. Let's pull up Valenta. If you guys can see it here. There it is.
2537 driver to contact. I can't hear you. Check your mic or do text. The center maintaining 11,000.
We are currently in New York Center. If we zoom out here a little bit more, there's quite a bit of ATC online, especially in Canada, which would be nice. I flew out of Toronto earlier. First, if you follow this gray line, into Boston, where we did a turn with the pilot club out of Boston, and this is the flight plan, the flight route that we've taken. This is us right here. We're currently still in New York Center. I hope that wasn't for Pilot Club 4081. And we're coming up to Charlotte Center. Charlotte Approach, rather. So the Charlotte Airport. ATIS is up. Also tower and ground. So that's interesting. That looks very 199.998. What is that? Ah, 121.9. So let's get the ATIS. I'm gonna write it down. ATIS information Juliet is active. Winds are 220 at 3 knots. 27 degrees Celsius. And altimeter is 3011. Approach and use is visual 36s. Well, we won't take center, so that is an issue with the experimental mod. Let me turn these guys down a little bit again. So it's an issue with the experimental still, as far as I'm aware, that the centers are not programmed properly. So if you try to set up an approach into one of the various center runways around the world, you won't get anything but bunk. So not a lot of point there to do the center. So I'm going to have to request 3-6 right or 3-6 left. So if we then go and take a look at... Let's see here. Navigraph. That should pop up there momentarily. And we go here. And we'll bring this over and take a look.
Number 84 Hotel, this is start turn eastbound, make straight final, runway 14.
So here's the Navigraph charts. I hope you guys can see them. I can make them a little bigger if you'd like. Landing into 18, so I don't really want 18 right, because 18 right is way over there, and 18 left is here. So I'm looking for 18 left. That's what I'm going to ask for. If I don't get it, we are on the... Great question. The Chisley 4. Arrival. into Charlotte. So let's take a look at the Chisley 4. There's the Chisley 4 RNAV, pin that, and we are transitioning through Lynchburg, which is right here, LYH. So we'll set that up in just a second. We're looking for the approach into runway 18 right. Sorry, 18 left.
Got it, 20.8683.
And here's the Chisley 4. Give me just a second. Do apologize. Be right back.
Welcome aboard, cross at Park BUR Delta, Papa Kilo Alpha, and maintain level 255. Thank you, Park 2000. American 741, New York Center. Roger, welcome aboard.
Here, Center Power Club 6, second seat.
Alright everyone, I'm back. I do apologize for that delay. I had to take care of something. I guess I left the charts in your face as well. I apologize for that. You can tell this is my first stream. Not much of a... I'm not very used to this. But anyway, here we go. So, we're going to look at the charts. Actually, let's set in the McDo. Let's go down to flight plan. Destination into KCLT. Arrival. We're looking for 18 left. There it is. We're on the Chisley 4. So this is Cavi. Oh, I do apologize. I've left the charts up. Oh dear. Well, we need the charts for a moment, so we'll keep them up. There's Cavi, so we want a via at Cavi. So there's Cavi. In transition, as we said earlier, is going to be at Lynchburg, pardon me, LYH, it's right there. We're going to insert that, and as you notice, this is updated. My flight plan is smooth, no issues. Let's just pull up the charts again for a second. So we want to be at flight level, not above, pardon me, not below 270 at Blue Jay. So that's okay. Let's go ahead. Actually, what we can do is make sure that this is sequenced properly. So let's put this into plan mode. And pull up the Navigraph charts. As they're already there. Once again, I do apologize. I need you guys' help. Blue Jay. Let's see. How can I do this? I will have to move this over here, like so. I hope you guys can see that now. So we're gonna be at trying to listen to ATC for myself as well. So we're gonna start at Lynch when we get there. Right now we are on the Q75 airway to give GVE and then on to Lynchburg. After Lynchburg, let's make this a little bit closer. After Lynchburg, as you can see on the charts, we're looking for BMO and then World. There's BMO and World. Blue Jay is next. 270, Burrs, Skills, Dent, Harvey Dent. There's Dent. Then we have Boots at 230, Chisley at 13220 to 130 as well, 250 knots. I guess we can see if the constraints are properly in there. So Boots 230 above 130, 13,000 feet rather. Chisley below 220 above 13,000 feet, 250 knots. Then we're gonna go to Chris, not below 11,000. And then on to Slippo, 10,000. Sequence properly. And then we're gonna go to Jamgo. What happened to Jamgo? Slippo. Let's look at the charts for a second here. From Slippo to Nodu. From Slippo to Nodu. Alright, my apologies. From Slippo to Nodu. And then heels. 6,000 210. Landing runways 18 left. Expect radar vectors to final after heels. Nodu, heels. And this is where we have something nice about the experimental. I have a discontinuity and a manual. So I don't need to put a heading mode. It will maintain this heading. (262) until I tell it to do something else.
Metro 4081 DC Center is kind of online, but they are not prime on the frequency, so I'm not sure if they're going for
Kind of online.
Just give it a couple minutes more and I will see if they're going online or not.
Roger, we'll stay with you for a few more minutes. Metro 4081, thank you. Right, so he said that, what did he say? DC Center is kind of online.
Metro 4081, contact DC Center 133.72.
Over to DC Center, Metro 4081. Thanks for your service. Have a great night.
Delta 727 at 10 miles from Dula, turn
So DC Center is 133.725.
280.
133.725. Oh, you guys still have the charts. Let me pop those off for a moment. 133.725. Switch that over. And now we're on to DC Center. So let's give them a call.
Airport to Washington Center, hello squad 0512.
DC Center, hello, Metro 4081, flight level 380 to tune.
Metro 4081 Washington Center, hello.
Washington Center. I called him DC Center. He wants to be called Washington Center. I apologize. That is my mistake. That's alright. Anyway, back to here. We have the manual at heels, which is going to hold us, you see here, on a straight course. We will get radar vectors to KV. We remember KV. Over here, ILS localizer 18 left. There's KV.
Pilot Club 711 Washington Center, squawk 0537.
0537 at the back of that
Air Force 2 radar contact.
Matt, you're so ugly in the box, ew.
Washington VOR flight level 380.
DC's sending messages.
Sorry, that was just a little chat to the pilot club. A friend of mine named Matt, and he got a new squawk and said in the box.
716 Washington Center, squawk 0511.
It's not something that I'm gonna let go. It's interesting how they all got new squawk codes except me. Anyway, we're done with the flight plan. That's looking good. We can turn that to up. We need to set our first fix, so before I get rid of the charts, let's see again. So at Blue Jay, I want to be at 270. So how do we calculate this? So we're going to go to progress. Oh, let me get rid of the charts. I'm sorry again. I'll get better at this.
Club 711 radar contact 8 miles north of Gordonsville, flight level 380, clear direct Lynchburg, Lima Yankee Hotel.
Ooh, he's already getting direct Lynchburg, so that's quite the direct. So we want B, L, U, E, J, in there. 202 miles to Blue Jay. So we're getting close already. If we go to the fly pad, the electronic flight bag, and go to the descent calculator, give it a sync, we're at 380. The target altitude we want is 270. So that tells me I need about 35 miles. The speed is pulled in from the simulator, touching from the sim, and I don't touch that manual because 432.4 knots is the same as my ground speed of 434 knots. So how do you determine now how I'm going to reach at 35 miles at Blue Jay? Well, this also on the descent calculator has a 3-degree descent angle. So that's the angle that it's going to expect you to descend at this speed to get from 38,000 to 27,000 within 35 miles. So I need to take my speed, which is 435. I need to divide it in 2, which is 217, more or less, and times that by 1,000. So 2,170, or more or less 2,200. So I want to descend at 2,200 feet per minute on the vertical slope. So that's how I'll maintain it, and I will monitor my speed, and I will monitor the vertical speed, and I will match those up as we go down. We need about 5 or so miles to descend, to decelerate, because we'll be descending around 290. It's not for us. I forget where we were at, but the restriction at Burrs after Blue Jay is 280 knots, and we'll be descending around 290 knots. It won't be a lot. It won't be very hard for us to descend so to decelerate 10 knots. So I'm not too worried about having extra spacing for descent. Again, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to practice my listening and speaking skills at the same time. Pilot Club 6, that's our buddy Sarge. 77. 181 to Blue Jay, and we need 35. So even if we put 5 more miles extra and call it 40, we still have 140 miles to go before our top of descent.
19er center, the Delta altimeter 3005.
This experimental version of the fly-by-wire unfortunately does not have VNav. Not yet, it's coming. It has LNav, it has the custom flight plan manager. It's wonderful and I highly recommend you give it a try.
1639, are you in Microsoft Flight Sim, sir? Yes, sir. Alright, expect the visual approach of May 28.
To 8. Has the ATIS changed?
Washington Center, that's 4435, that's flight level 350. Washington 501 to file 350.
United American 501, Washington Center, sir.
That's American 501, we're flight level 350.
So I'm just going to go ahead and set up the next frequency because I like to keep myself prepared.
Stand by 1 second.
We are going to have Charlotte approach 127.7. However, there's another one here, 126.15, so I'm not too sure which one it's going to be. I'll prime 127.7. And if they give me 126.150, if it's not too hectic, I'll just look down and change it. And if it is a little bit hectic, I'll just use the EFB because, again, they've given us this fancy radio transmitter here. Oh, it had a little bit of a moment, and I can click around through there. So we're doing pretty good. You can check out our fuel here, 4,860.
American 470 Washington Center cross iRocket at 8,000, affiliate altimeter 3003.
We took off with 8,081. So we have still more than half of our fuel left, and we've been traveling for an hour.
Contact 15 miles southwest of the Smyrna VR flight level 350.
It's an hour and 50 flight, so we're more than halfway through the flight, and we still have more than half of our fuel, so we're doing quite well.
No, I got you again. I didn't know your contact.
It looks like we might land with a little bit extra fuel, actually.
0564 for Delta 4230.
Perhaps not. We'll see. Trust in SimBrief. I have all the faith in the world in SimBrief. If we take a look at this fuel prediction, it's already saying if we had to divert,
711 Washington Center. At this point, you're leaving my airspace.
We would be very close to emergencies with only 1 kilogram of fuel left. At this rate, we should land with about 2,000 kilograms of fuel into Charlotte. If we go back to flight plan, that's what it's expected. Pardon me. It's not the COVID, I promise everybody. I just got a little bit of frog in my throat. Alright, where are we here? Let's go ahead and pull up the ATIS one more time for Charlotte. Information is now Juliet, which is what we had before. Winds are 220 at 3. Temperature is 27. And the altimeter is 3011. Expect the visual. Ooh, they've changed the runways. Expect visual approach 36 right, 36 center, 36 left. So let's change that now to 36 right. So we're going to have to change here quickly to 36 right. Let's pull up the charts now. For 36 right, pull that up. Let's make sure that 36 right looks good. I don't want 18 left anymore. 36 right is the one we want because we can't take center. So 36 right, whoops, at Heckham. So let's go back to the McDo. KCLT arrival 36 right. On the Chisley 4 via Heckham.
United 1022-0516.
At Lith, which is Lynchburg. And let's go ahead and pop that in there. Once again, I've changed my flight plan, and nothing has happened to my directs, nothing has happened to my heading. I'm still in managed. So I'm just going to quickly double check this out now. GVE, Lynch, Willard, Blue Jay, so that hasn't changed, restrictions the same. Burrs, Skills, Dent, Boots, Chisley, then Chris, then Silpo.
Yeah, United 1639. It looks like you're on the wrong transition. Alright, just fly pressing heading, it's gonna maintain 3000.
Boots, Chisley, Chris,
Good evening, Center, Delta 1570 with you at 525.
Silpo, and then we want Jamgo. There's the restriction 250 at Jamgo, so we get to come in a little bit faster for a little bit longer as we're going to go around the airport to the other side. After Jamgo, we want Wiz. After Wiz, Cat, and then Epee. After Epee, we're going to have our manual heading 175. How do I know that? Well, that's what that says. Epee 175. Track 183, pardon me. Manual. So the manual is going to hold track 183 until I go direct Heckham or until I pull the heading bug and I set a heading. So that's looking great. So we're set up for the approach on the Chisley 4 for 36 right. Let's double check our top of descent. Progress 124 to Blue Jay, and once again we go back here, we need 35 miles. So we're about 90 miles, call it 85 from top of descent. Flick this back over to arc, and now give us some more room on the radar. Look, there's Lynchburg. Lynchburg's the top of our approach, top of our star. Let's take a quick look back at Navigraph and look at the airport. So we hope to be landing on runway 36 right. It's visual. We're going to back that up with ILS. It's dark. It's busy. I'm not the best pilot, and I'm not a real-life pilot. So we're going to use the ILS. 36 right. We're going to land here. Let's see, runway distance 8,677 feet, 2,645 meters.
United 1639, turn left heading 090.
We're going to look to exit somewhere here on Romeo. I don't think we want to turn. I don't think we want to roll all the way down to Charlie 10. So we're looking for Romeo. However, this is a hotspot. Hotspot 1 says, caution, be alert when entering the depicted areas. See 10-9A for a description of hotspots. So this is the Charlotte 10-9 chart.
Yeah, clear visual for runway 19 center.
This is 10-9A. This is 10-9A. Hotspot 1. Intersections of taxiway Charlie 9, runway 18 left. Convergence of taxiways Romeo, Alpha, Charlie, and Charlie 9, along with Grass Island. So all this is really saying is there's a taxiway, a hold point for the runway, a convergence of Romeo, Alpha, Charlie, and Charlie 9, and the Grass Island. somewhere in the middle. So if we go back to the airport chart, there's that grass island, there's Romeo, Charlie, Charlie 9, Romeo, and Alpha's up here. And it goes here, so Alpha comes down like that. So if we come off at Romeo, we'll probably get told to take Charlie. That's what I'm hoping. Maybe Romeo. Anyway, that's the airport briefing. And most of our approach briefing. Let's go back now and get that into the performance page. The localizer here is 108.9. 108.9. So let's go to the performance page. We'll cycle over and we'll set this up. Sorry, the RadNav page. 108.9. Look at that. So let's go back to the performance page where we were, and we'll set in our performance data. Information is still Juliet. The wind is 220 at 3. Temperature is 27 degrees in Charlotte, nice and warm. QNH is 3011.
American 311, what's that you calling me?
The barometric, the minima around here, we didn't look at it. I do apologize. I can bring it back up.
741 descend via, contact New York Center.
For a Cat 2 ILS, Cat 3 is not applicable. We will be probably Cat 3. We'll be visual according to ATC, but we'll put in the Cat 2.
Team on 6082, contact Charlotte approach, 126.
Decision height, 827 feet, 400 feet off the runway. 827 feet. So we're going to put in 827 feet in the barometric. Go around is 4,000. So we set the engine out to 4,000. Now we're set up.
Delta 21, reducing speed Mach 75.
We're coming up on lit. Let's check our performance. 90 to Blue Jay.
I'm sorry, maintain Mach
We need 40. We still have quite a bit of headwind. A little bit of a cross.
Can you do 7-8? Alright, maintain Mach 7-8.
Alright, we'll maintain Mach 7-8, 506.
Delta 1702, contact New York Center, 125.32.
Contact New York Center on 15.32. 722 things to the ATC.
Okay, United 1639, turn left heading 300.
Alright guys, well, I still don't have anybody watching, but that's more than okay. This is just the start of our streaming career. We don't have much going on. If we could get a like, I'd be ecstatic. Metro 4081. Not for Metro 4081. Let's check for that. No, I'm still well into DC Center. Everything's going quite pleasantly on this flight today. Seatbelts are off. The people are mingling around.
I gave you the New York Center sir.
Oh, something's going on the frequency there.
American 501, New York Center, 125.32.
255,
American 311, you with me?
American 311. Everybody, give me just another moment. I'll be back with you shortly. I'm gonna have to get ready for the approach here, so I need to take a quick break and get a drink at the moment. I'll be right back.
Pay attention to Dent. Dent is your next one. Lights going
Dan,
great, man.
270 16,000.
There you go.
How's that clearance coming along for 7 Mike Alpha?
Contact Potomac approach 119.85.
Hey,
119.85.
hey, if you guys hear them call me,
Let's say you're away from the keyboard.
yeah, but I don't want to tell them that because I'd just like to be surprised. So
American 232
I'll have my headset on, so I'll hear him calling me really upset. If you'd say contact blah blah approach Air Force 2, that'd be appreciated.
United 1034 requesting taxi to the ramp.
United 1034, welcome taxi to the ramp via Yankee, I'm sorry.
Taxi to the ramp via Yankee, United 1034.
American 232 radar contact 10 miles north of west of your 5000, that'll maintain flight level 350. American 716, contact Charlotte approach 126.15.
Is that for American 716?
Sir.
Over to approach, American 716.
Metro 4081 to 10B, that's Chesley 4 arrival landing north to Charlotte altimeter 3011.
Descend via the Chisley 4 arrival. Landing north, we have Juliet, Metro 4081. So there it is, guys. We got our descend via the Chisley 4. So we're allowed to drop down, meet Blue Jay at 270.
American 683, contact Charlotte approach 126.15.
Oh, approach is going to be 126.15. So let me go ahead and change that now so we're ready. .47. Let's start going down. 270. Open. And we're about 450. So that's about 220. Or 22.
American 311 Washington Center, squawk 05.
Hi Andrew, thanks for watching. I love you too. This is of course my first stream, so I hope you come back for some more. I have no idea if the audio is working. I have no idea if the stream's working. But I'm just glad you're here. If you could give me a like, I'd appreciate it too. Alright, ground speed still 452 knots. We're descending at 2,200 feet per minute. We'll figure out how to put some overlays on our stream. We'll figure out how to put a bit more in the description. Big ego on ATC. Well, it's all professional in the pilot club, Andrew, and that's that. Oh, big echo on ATC. Yeah, that's probably because It's picking it up through my mic as well. This may be the last time I stream with a microphone, and I'll use a headset instead. So if I turn the desktop audio up and the mic audio down, the only problem is you guys may not be able to hear me as much. I'll have to get a separate. No, I can't change the way Vatsim does that. So unfortunately, there's probably going to be a little bit more of an echo for the rest of this stream. No echo. Great news.
United 1022, roger. Alright, United 10, wait, were you asking to step away?
Or are you correcting me because I thought you said ego?
Contact New York Center 125.32, ask him.
Then I can barely hear you. Well, I'll have to use a headset unfortunately next time. So for now we're going to deal with the echo. Sorry, Andrew. And to anyone else who may come and watch the stream. Let's check the speed. 460 almost. So let's drop that down another 100 feet per minute. How are we doing? Blue Jays in 24 miles. And we need 15. So we're actually quite ahead. So let's pop that up to about 1800 feet per minute. As we see the vertical speed indicator come up to 18. Flight level 270 blue. The altimeter is going to be 3011, so I'll just set this one a little early. Now this jumps by 3 every time, so you want it to be closest. So I'll set that to 3010 on the backup altimeter.
Delta 1577, contact Potomac approach for 111.855.
Alright, over. Potomac, oh my gosh. The Potomac approach on 19.85 for Delta 1570.
American 311, ascend and maintain flight level 250.
Oh gosh, was that for me? Was that for Metro 4081?
Negative, sir.
Alright, sorry. Thank God that wasn't for me.
American 713, ascend and maintain flight level 250.
250, American 713.
So flight level 270 is coming up very fast, and we're going to be early. So let's wind this back to 800 feet per minute. And it's not going to make, well, it'll be okay, actually. Because it's not below 270. And that'll continue us on to burst. Go down to 240. So let's do that now. Set that down and we'll continue right on because we're in open descent. If I was in managed, it might want to hold 270. Now 280 knots, so that's, like I said, 9 knots left. So it won't take me much more than about 2 or 3 miles.
Descend via 264, landing north. Maintain 260 in the transition, Delta 20.
Once again, I'll throw up the charts here, just so we see. Uh-oh, somebody's in trouble.
Whiskey negative, we had a little glitch, hang up possibly.
Alright, you gotta disconnect, because I usually run through every airplane going extremely fast, like way too fast.
Replay mod will do that. if he's trying to use his replay mod while he's still connected to the network. Unfortunately, it will slew you around back to where you were. So we have to keep going down. I've forgotten about this while I'm playing with the McDo, at least 220, or else we're not going to make our... Let's drop this down to 280 right now, because again, we haven't been paying attention, because we're a great bunch of pilots. Let's put that into open descent, or it's not going to adhere to the speed. Below 270, above 240, we are. Let's get rid of the charts. I should have done this earlier. I apologize. Slap me on the wrist. Turn that to below. Or have I already done it? Oh, look at that. Don't slap me on the wrist. I've been following the SOP. 250, we're at 280 knots. Descending 240, we're past Burrs. So let's get to 220. Keep on the open descent. We'll get there as fast as we can. So the thing about open descent, because I have 280 knots selected, open descent will hold 280 knots and descend as fast as it can while holding that speed, and it will adjust its vertical speed to match that. So 220, not below that, 280 knots. So we'll be at that. Let's slow this down just a little bit because we'll be fine. Bring this back to about 900 feet per minute. Let's give the cabin a little ping ping. Let them know that in about 10,000 feet they're gonna have to sit in their seats. Oh, do I still have Navigraph on? I'm sorry. Okay. So we are coming up to Dent. He's probably going to send us directly over to approach, so that's good news. Dent, 16,000. Oh, we got to get down. We got to get down. So let's get down as fast as we can. Dent is 14 miles away. That's 60. 20. Well, we're going quite a bit faster than needed. So we should be able to capture flight level 160 because the 3 degree is 2,000 feet per minute, and we're back to 3 degrees. So let's pull that a little bit more, get us down, but we do have to be at 270 knots crossing Dent. It's not a... Again, it's not below 16,000, so us being a little high, it's not going to hurt anyone. We can throw Dent in here. Well, we know Dent is 9 miles away, and it's going to take us 15 at a 3 degree rate. So when we're about 6 miles away, we're going to roll it back to 270. Because if you look at boots, we're below 13. We're below 23. So we'll be okay. There's 20,000, 19,000, and we're 6 miles away from Dent. So I'm going to roll the speed back to 270 knots. The aircraft quite accurately pitches up the nose. The vertical speed decreases and the speed drops. If you notice, the throttles are still in idle. Thrust idle indicated on the primary flight display. However, the thrust levers are in climb. Back to the arrival. Dent, 16,270 knots. We're at 270 knots and descending back down at a rate of 2,600 feet per minute to 1,600 feet. We're not quite gonna make it, but again, it's not below 1,600, so we'll be fine because it's not above 230 at boots, and we're already passing the transition altitude right now. and about 600 feet where we will pop standard into the QNH of 3011. So let's do that now. We push in and we scroll the wheel 30.11. Now let's pop the backup QNH as well, the backup altimeter, pardon me. And if we look in here, it won't go to 3011 because it increases by increments of 3 only. So 3010 is the best we can do. 17,000 feet. Speed is 270. How are we doing? 250 at Chisley. And we need to get down to 13,000. So let's keep the descent going to 13,000. Chisley. And we're very shortly going to have to slow down another 20 knots. Metro 4081, roger. Odor approach 12615. Sorry if we missed you there. Have a great night. Thanks for your service, Metro 4081. Guess we missed a call there. So let's give Charlotte approach a call. Switch over to 126.15. Is that what he said? Charlotte approach 126.1. There is Charlotte Tower 118.1. Charlotte approach Metro 4081 15,000 descending on the Chisley. So let's get the speed down to 250. Alright, we have Juliet and expect approach 36 right, Metro 4081. So we got our approach, 36 right, that's what we're looking for. Charlotte altimeter 3011, that's what we've got set up. Information is Juliet. I forgot to say that because I got a little bit flustered when I didn't hear the other controller passes over. Again, this is my first stream. So I'm a little bit brain focused on doing two things at once. I don't want to turn ATC up anymore for the echo, unfortunately. So we're about to pass Chris, 11,000, not below. We're still a little high, but we're doing just fine. Silpo is going to be not below 10,000, so we can keep this rolled down. Keep rolling this down rather to 10,000. So when we get down to about 10,000 feet, if we look at the airport, runway 36 right, which is what he gave us, elevation is 723. So it's about 1,000 feet above the airport. So we will turn the lights and the seatbelts on at 11,000 or 10,700 if we want to be perfect. Let's go back to the Chisley. Here we are, one more time. We'll be passing Silpo at the moment. Next is Jamgo, then Cat, then a Pay, and then we'll get vectors from there for runway 36 right. We're at 11,000. We don't want to be below 10,000, so let's lower our rate of descent just a little bit, 800 feet per minute. We're still at 250 knots, which is right where they want us. And we don't have to slow down again until we make the turn to Cat. So on the experimental, you must activate the approach phase in the performance mode of the McDo. You must do it yourself, as it won't do it for you any longer. There's 10,700 feet. Let's go ahead and turn the landing lights on. Flick the seatbelt lights on, seatbelt signs rather, and we'll give the cabin a little fake ping ping and cabin announcement. We'll get the cabin crew, the flight attendants, to do that for us. In the future is self-loading cargo. That's coming very shortly. Also, some changes to the stream, as I mentioned. We're going to get a banner. We're going to get another few things here set up in the description, and we're going to make it look a little bit better for the next time that we're online. Like I said, today was a little bit of a test. It's gone better than I'd hoped. Here we are, and hopefully we don't crash for Andrew watching us. The experimental is functioning perfectly. It has had no bugs since I've downloaded it, and certainly since it's had a few updates in the past few weeks. So there's our lowered restriction to 9,000. So let's get going down to 9,000. We're below 10,000. So what we're gonna do now in the progress page is Blue Jay still in there. We're gonna type in KCLT, and we're gonna be on runway 36 right. We're gonna go ahead and put that in there. Now, this is not track miles. This is a direct distance to runway 36 right, the threshold. So that's gonna decrease as we get close. And as we go downwind, it will start to increase again. So it's some good situational awareness for us as a pilot to have, because I need to know just about how far I am from the runway at all times. Performance page, now I don't do that at a certain distance or altitude every time. I do it when it's required. So my green dot speed is going to be about 210, and I know that I need to be at 9,000 and 210 at CAT. So what I'm going to do is, instead of rolling this down, I'll pop this into manage right now. 250 is still targeted magenta. Information kilo is current, altimeter 3012. So let's pop that up. It looks like the winds are calm. So let's go ahead now and check the winds. 220 at 3. Let's just go 0 at 0. Winds calm. 30.12. And we can go back here. Next is CAT 210. Let's go ahead and activate the approach phase and confirm it. And let's watch the aircraft. Target green dot speed, look at that. Magenta. We're in managed. We're in managed. Altitude's 9,000. Next restriction we're gonna have is gonna be a pay 6,000 and maintain that 210 knots. There it is. So as soon as we pass CAT, we'll be on down to 6,000. It's a beautiful day here in Charlotte. It's the evening, but there's no clouds, and Microsoft Flight Simulator is doing a fantastic job, in my opinion. I hope the stream is smooth. I see there's a little bit of what looks like lag going on. We've got the seatbelts on check, landing lights on check. 9,210 knots. So, what is green dot speed? Green dot speed, as we see right here, clean speed, (211). So I guess I'm doing 1 nautical mile an hour faster. But that is the lowest speed you want to fly before retracting your, before extending your flaps. We're to Charlotte approach 127.7, Metro 4081. Thanks for your service. Have a great night. Well, I guess we're now going to 127.7. So there's quite a bit of ATC on tonight. That's 2 approach controllers. I didn't speak to the first one very much. So let's tell this one that we have information November. Oh, kilo. Information kilo. First, let's descend to 6,000. Charlotte approach Metro 4081 descending on the Chisley 4 9,000 for 6,000. We have kilo.
Contact tower 118.1, we're 716, see ya.
Metro 4081, road, or 5,000, heading to maintain 4,000.
Descend, maintain 4,000. Metro 4081.
Airport 27, I turn on the field, thank you. 2 o'clock and 1.5 miles for field plane.
The field is 5 degree here, Force 2.
Landing system is on. Let's double check the ILS for 36 right, 108.9. 108.9. So we're descending to 4,000. Or did he say 3,000? I think he said 4,000. And we're still at 210 knots as per the star, the Chisley 4 arrival. So 6,000. So we're going to turn this one a little bit closer, but we still wanted about a 20-mile radius on the pilot monitoring display, just so we can keep some situational awareness. And then soon we'll be switching this over to LS mode. We're going to turn the constraints off, because I don't know if that's going to affect the autopilot at this point. So we've got the restraints at this point. We're under ATC's directions. Tower 118.1, so let's do a quick briefing. Landing runway 36 right, there's 3 runways. 36 right, poppies to the right, go around altitude, misapproach 4,000 feet, straight ahead 1,300, right turn 4,000. Decision altitude 827 feet, minimum, good to go.
Charlotte approach,
36 right, we want to exit left when able.
And we're descending through 9,000 for 6,000.
So we're still flying.
And 4,506.
So we're still flying green dot speed. We'll move that down flaps 1 when he gives us the turn, and that should drop us to 190 through the turn. As we're turning, we can find that our floor speed at this speed will start to rise, and we don't want that to rise too much, especially while we're turning. That can come up quite violently. So before we make the turn, when he gives us vectors, we'll drop to flaps 1. That'll start to slow the aircraft, and we'll make the right turn. Looks like we have a long downwind, which will be more than okay for us. Speed 180, turn right 210, Metro 4081. So speed 210. Turn right, heading 210. Struggling here. So he's holding us at 210. I don't really like that. Let's make right 270. Sorry, Metro 41. Let's keep it going to 70. So he's going to ask us if we have the field in sight, so that's going to be good. It's going to be off of our 3 o'clock, somewhere over there. Still holding us at 210. See, so this is where situational awareness comes in very handy, because I can go back to progress and find that I'm 16 miles from the runway. I know when I can drop my gear. I know how.
41, turn right heading 330, then cut runway 336.
Turn right heading 330 to intercept the 36 right localizer, Metro 4081. So we're going to drop the flaps now. I don't really care anymore. We're going to turn right 330. And as the plane turns a little bit, we're going to enter localizer mode. So we'll hit localizer now. It'll still target 330, and it's looking for lock. It's looking for lock star. We're going to keep an eye on this magenta line, because as it comes down, that's when we're going to want to descend. Heading 330. The speed is down to 190, flaps 1. That's what we need at this point. We're 15 miles out. We have the runway, so we'll let him know. Charlotte approach, Metro 4081, we have the runway in sight.
Metro 4081, same visual approach, runway 36 right, maintain 170 knots until the 5 mile final. Cleared 36 right approach, Metro 4081. So we're cleared to 170 knots, so let's go ahead, drop down to flaps 2, and we can throw the gear down as we've been cleared for the approach. We're 13 miles away, so the gear was a bit early. That's okay. Cleared for the approach. Activate approach mode. We need to get off a little early. We'll go flaps low. Set the spoilers. Ping the cabin. Turn this on. And we'll leave this on until we're cleared for landing. Oopsie. Pilot Flight 6, turn right heading 270, due to speed of 180 knots.
Right heading 270, speed 180, Pilot Flight 6.
So he told us to not be below 170. I forgot to set that. That's my fault. And then I started fiddling with the controls. So we're back up to 170 until a 5 mile final. He probably wants us to keep that up a little more now, but we'll get off nice and early. Gears down. Flaps 2. This will switch over to landing mode very shortly. As we can see, Lockstar was captured before, glide slope is captured, there's 4,000. 4,000 also happens to be our go-around altitude, so we will maintain that. We are on a 9 mile final. So we will keep the speed up, 170. Autopilot 2. For a little bit more accuracy, and as you can see,
Charlotte approach Delta 21,
Cat 3 dual.
700 for 6 Delta East.
There's 36 right.
Delta 21, Kilo approach,
3 green, clear down.
4,000, or due speed is 200.
Spoilers armed.
Delta 4,000,
Auto brake
210.
low. Lights set. Over to Tower 118.1, Metro 4081. Thank you. Have a great night. Charlotte Tower, Metro 4081. Established. Runway 36 right.
American 26, I need you to turn right heading 270,
I will turn right now for 270 there.
That's like the 4th time that they... I'll call him again if he doesn't hear me. I'll give him a minute. We are on a 5 mile final, so let's roll the speed back now. 121.8.
American 26, contact departure, see you.
Marshall, see ya. 28.
Object out, calling Charlotte Tower, go ahead.
Charlotte Tower, Metro 4081, established 36 right, 4 mile final.
Metro 4081, Charlotte Tower, 136 right, clear to land, one call.
Clear to land, wind calm, runway 36 right, Metro 4081, thank you. Clear to land, 36 right. We put the flaps to full during that. ECAM Membo, landing lights, no blue, landing gear down, 3 green, flap set, auto brake set. Managed mode, go around altitude set. 1000 on the radio altimeter coming up right now. We're going to set the LS. And we're going to take over control at about 500 to 400 feet. Wind's calm. It's not really much of a deal. I'm getting about 5 knots tailwind. That's more than manageable. So, guys, I'm going to concentrate here a little bit. We're all set for landing.
Metro 4081, I need to reduce the fire approach speed, it's not alright.
We're already there, sir. Thank you, Metro 4081. Autopilot off. I have control.
300. 200. 100 above. 100. Minimum 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
A little bit of a float.
5.
That's alright. Nice touchdown. We'll get back on the center line. Reverser's engaged. Auto brake's working quite nicely. Under 100 knots. I have control of the brake. Reverser's removed. We're tracking the center line. Below 60. Auto brake removed.
1587, Charlotte Tower, turn right into 025,
Flaps up.
strike clear. Take off
We
on
missed
call.
Charlie 9, unfortunately.
Right turn heading 025, 3 strike clear takeoff, American 1687.
That's extremely loud, so we're going to keep it rolling and exit here Charlie 10. Oh, we don't want to miss it. We did miss it. We missed it. That's okay. Keep the speed up. Call him Charlotte Tower, Metro 4081. We're clear on Charlie 10.
Metro 4081, welcome to Charlotte, contact on 9er. See you.
Over to Charlotte ground. See you later, Metro 4081. That was interesting. Let's go over to tower. Ground, pardon me, 1 to 1.9. Don't have time for that, so let's hit ground over here. Oh, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. Charlotte ground, 1 to 1.9. Airport. And in case you
Climate maintain 8000, squawk 6306. Southwest 145, repeat security, British Airlines, call taxi. Roger.
Charlotte ground, hello, Metro 4081, we're clear 36 right on Charlie 10.
Metro 4081, hello,
Taxi to the gate, Charlie 10, have a great night, thanks so much for your service, Metro 4081. So we're going to taxi straight ahead here. Where are we? Let's get a little bit of situational awareness first. I pulled right off the runway, and, oh, we're going right there. Okay. Drop the parking brake. Did that come off? Yes, it did. Drop the landing lights. Don't need those. The runway turn off can come off, and the strobe light can come off. People can use their cell phones. We're going to hit the APU. Push the throttles forward just a little bit. Let's see if we can get a light in the house. That sounds like too much throttle. That's alright. Make the turn.
American 1842, runway 36, and taxi Bravo, Mike Echo, plus 105.
I don't see any of my pilot club buddies. There's one there. We'll find a nice taxiway. Taxi stand. Parking stand is the word I'm looking for. Over here on the left. I'm not sure. Oh. We're gonna go hard left. I really wish there was some decent scenery around these airports because Delta 1-2, that works for me. Get us in here. Turn the aircraft. Turn off the landing mode. And there we are. We can go down to here in a moment when we stop, which is right now. Set the parking brake. APU is available. Get the APU bleed on. Turn the engines off. And here's Microsoft's logbook. Continue there. Turn off the fuel pumps. Let's go ahead and get the jetway and the ground power. We can get some baggage and some catering as well. Turn off the beacon light because I'm sure the engines are off by now. Yep, and 1 of 0. Turn off the logo. Oh, turn off the taxi light. Turn off the seat belts. Give them a little ping. Say thank you for flying. We're going to turn the generators off. And the external power should be connected by now. Whoops. Let's go ahead and fix those flaps. Ground power is on now. External power doesn't say available. What are you doing, mate? You're making me burn all this extra fuel. Oh, he's finally got her in. Excellent. Camera switching issues there. There's the external power. Throw that on. Keep the air conditioning on for these people? No. We'll turn it right off. Turn off the ADIRs. We're done for the day. I don't think we'll be talking to ATC, so we don't need ground control on, but we'll turn it on anyway. GPS primary lost, that's to be expected.
Harwood ground, good evening, citation pilot bus 6. We're holding short of Delta and Delta 4. Request taxi to GA, right?
Reset the rudder trim, turn off the predicted wind shear, turn off mode C, T8 is to standby, turn that back to all,
Via Delta, thanks.
Unlock the door, and that's that. Guys, thank you for joining the stream. It's been fun. It's been our first ever stream, and I know there's been some terrible echoes on the stream. I do apologize. We'll sort that out for the next one. I know there's been quite a bit of ATC, which has been actually phenomenal for me, especially for putting together a stream. I'm not trying to bore everybody with no talking. So sorry for that. I was just looking at my notes again. I gotta stop doing that when I'm waffling. Thank you all for coming to the first stream here. We'll fix up the issues. We'll make it look pretty. And next time we'll see you. Today has been, for the Pilot Club, Mystery Monday. We've flown from Boston to Charlotte. It's been a blast. The flight time was 1 hour and 42 minutes, even with the headwind. We'll be back maybe next week. We have Sunday Fun Day with the Pilot Club. I think we're going from Miami to Nashville, so that'll be fun. I don't know if that's a Metro Air route, but we won't be flying Metro Air next time you see me on stream. We'll be flying most likely our fancy Pilot Club livery. So that's just a teaser. I don't have it for you now, but you'll see it on the next one. So thanks everyone again so much for coming. If you enjoyed this little video for now, please give it a like. There'll be more, they'll get better. This is the start of something fun, so I appreciate it. Thanks for bearing with me. Any tips, feel free to put them in the comments, and thanks. Have a great night.
Cross 115, 21.
Southwest 145, request taxi.